Jumping for joy is good exercise.
Is it okay if I record?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. And that's a pocket?
Yeah, well, no, I didn't make it a pocket because I like what's written inside.
Oh, yeah.
And then I have a picture of my Artist Way book. I have one that
Oh,
it fell apart. So
yeah.
put that in there, and I found this cool thing
Oh, yeah.
writing on the back that I like.
Nice.
Exciting to me that you can put stuff in pockets and take it out of pockets.
Yeah.
And oh, and here's, you might not have seen this before, but this is a page out of a kid's book from many years ago.
Cool.
And here's springtime. I love springtime. See, I put a little inchy there.
Yeah. Really helps to decorate it.
Yeah. I'm going to put a whole bunch more.
Uh-huh.
I might have shown you this before, but this is a mandala color.
Oh, neat. Yeah.
I like it even without coloring.
Yeah.
And this was just about the right size for almost all of my thank you cards.
Oh, neat.
So this is Dream of Springtime. I'm going to put a whole bunch more inches in.
Uh-huh. That's great.
In my book. And I just love my pocket scanner.
Yeah. It's turning out great.
Yeah. So we've had so much fun this afternoon, just playing and playing and playing.
Yeah. Yeah, it just takes the time to sit down and do it because the ideas flow.
Well, it's more fun than watching TV or anything. Well, it's more fun than just anything.
That's neat.
So,
and it reflects you, you know, your humor and colors and things that you like, the spring and the inchies in your artwork. And
here's this Braille paper that you sent.
Oh, yeah.
Goes wild for this Braille paper.
Uh-huh.
And here's my dad.
Oh, yeah.
And see this picture of him? He has that hat on his head, that goofy purple hat.
Yeah.
Well, I went upstairs and I found it.
Oh.
Several of these. So I think I'm gonna put it like on the edge.
Yeah.
One of my pages when I finish my cover.
Yeah, good idea.
So it's just I did so many inches I have here. Here's my notebook full.
Oh, wow. You have them stored nice. Look at all that creativity.
Yeah, and I didn't really know what to do with them after.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop making them for a while, and then I stopped.
Now you have a reason to put them in. That's great.
It's been probably 10 years or more, and so it's really fun for me to rediscover them.
Yeah. How wonderful.
Maria or Janet? No, I haven't. Show us that page. It's not going together. Well, hold it up. Yes. Hold it up. Janice is one of the most creative people I ever met in my whole entire life. But she's also very, very modest. I love that.
Tell me your name again.
Maria.
Maria.
I actually made a corset gown.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I have pockets.
Oh.
Bags.
How pretty.
Journaling pocket.
Oh, yeah.
I have a lot of stuff I haven't put in yet.
Yeah. I love all your different papers.
An envelope that's just flipped.
Oh, yeah.
First comes off, and then I stitched it.
Oh, neat.
And this is another tuck spot.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
This is just a corner tuck pocket for a tag.
Oh, creative. Did you coffee stain those papers?
Sorry?
Did you coffee stain the papers? It looked like some of them are.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I have a doily in here somewhere.
Yeah, look at
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And did you stain that?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
Wow.
look at
And I
that.
stenciled this.
Oh, that's great.
And
And
this is just
talk
two
about
little
this.
envelopes.
Talk about that.
This is a little journaling page
Oh,
onto the side of the page.
oh, yeah.
Made with a doily.
Oh,
There's-
neat. Oh, wonderful. A little booklet.
Yeah. And a couple of envelopes.
Oh, yeah. Are you happy with it?
Yeah, it's coming out.
Yeah.
I have a lot of envelopes and tags and
Oh,
I've made that I have to put in still.
yeah.
I have altered cards.
Oh, uh-huh. That's neat.
Bags.
And just
Look
a
at
tag.
Oh. And is that someone you know pictured on there?
Nope.
Yeah.
I just found the picture and
Yeah.
so that's mine. Oh, that's
That's great. Thanks, Maria.
So are you still making junk journals?
I worked on my wrap one. I can show it to you. Here's it finished.
Love that color.
Yeah, so I used material and it has like little colored things on it.
Yeah, look.
Oh, that's pretty. I love all the fibers.
And I used a chopstick right here to make that stiff.
Oh,
Over. And so I put you guys' picture in the front. And the cards you guys sent. And then here's my
Beautiful. It's beautiful. I love all the texture. Oh my. So many layers of things to it. It's wonderful.
yeah. And with mine, I went ahead and put all my wrap lists. So I have a lot of words on my list, so I put them in typed. So like this is my wellness tools list. So it's like 2 whole sheets of paper,
yeah.
all typed. So that goes in there. And then behind is a picture of a Sears catalog of tools.
Yeah. So for wellness tools.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah. And then I stamped a toolbox on there. And then here's more wellness tool lists.
And of those lists, is that printed, Janice?
Yeah, I typed them. Yeah.
And then you stamped wellness tools or something?
This I did on a Word document. And so the word wellness tools is like a watermark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that was the Braille paper. And then just little tucks with, here's like a little booklet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I typed in it.
Oh my
And then this is like a little flip up
Mm-hmm.
and it comes out.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then that's watercolor.
Oh, beautiful. Did you do the watercolor?
Yeah. And here's a little piece of film.
Oh, yay.
that I stitched in there. So I got like a film strip at the thrift store.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yay. There's just isn't anything that can't go in these journals.
Yeah, just anything. And then I stitched some vellum paper.
Uh-huh.
And then here's like a photo of a journal page that I had done. So I printed that out. And again, the like kids book page. And here is watercolor. And then this is a pocket, what I'm like when I'm feeling well. Just more pockets and little tucks and journaled there.
It looks like you did some fussy cutting.
Yeah.
Fussy cutting.
Yeah. And a little card and just a receipt on the back. Made a little.
Oh yeah, nice.
The Monopoly card.
Oh, that's
Oh,
a good
yeah.
idea.
And then, oh, it stuck to the bottom there. And so, again, just typed list.
And what's the category for that?
This was what I might choose to do.
Yeah.
And then this one's the daily maintenance plan. I guess it's stuck in the bottom there.
Okay. Yeah.
So when I'm feeling good, my list is long. When I'm not feeling good, it's short. And then this is a kids page from Puss in Boots. And here's like a round postcard. You can journal on it. And the values and ethics. And here's on vellum paper, I printed out something, so it's kind of fun paper.
Could I see that again, please?
Yeah.
Is that one of those random word things you do on the internet?
Yeah, Wordle.net.
Yeah, is it WORDLE?
Uh-huh. I don't think the site is as active. If you wanted my particular one, I have it. I could print, send it to you to print out. They kind of changed the format, so I think it's kind of harder to use, but there might be a different company that does it. And here I just glued some stuff on. I make banners, and so that's a photo of one of my banners, and so I just glued it. That folds out. And a little tag sticking down.
It's hysterical. It's historical. Where did you get that?
I made it up. And here's a page out of a journal too that I took a photo of.
Nice.
And then here's the tuck that goes from the bottom.
The top down.
And this is just a couple little tuck cards. It's hard to do with one hand.
Great.
Yeah.
And then here's a tuck here too. So these are the triggers and action plan, all on cards. So
Boy, I bet you're thrilled to get that together.
yeah, it was nice to be able to actually do one and put all my stuff in it, all my lists. So, and here's,
When you want to use it, it's fun.
yeah.
And if you're feeling low, it's still fun.
And here's a card all about sleep, how great, it is to get a good night's sleep. To remind me. And just little side tuck. So I glued it on 3 sides so you could still put something in there. There I fussy cut around a bird, put it on a music page. And then here's an old library card. Oops. And I just journaled on the back like a quote. And then the library card pocket. And this was just a picture that I printed out, and then on the back I put a quote.
Oh, I can get some of my photographs out.
Yeah, just print them out and
Yeah. I mean, I can use them the way they are though, right?
right, yeah. And this, I tore up paper and put a little ink on it to make little pieces of paper and then just glued them into a frame.
That's cool. I like that.
And this is a little pocket.
Oh,
Yeah, you have little
a secret pocket.
Yeah. Trying to get in the picture frame. Anyway, it opens up. Oh, yeah. Little card. So this is ineffective ways I've coped with triggers that I don't want to use anymore.
Love that. Ineffective ways. Yeah, yesterday I slept till now.
And here's some little pocket with a bunch of little different cards in it. And little quotes. And then stamped it. And then there's more pockets behind. And this I used the card as a pocket and then cards tucked in the pocket. And here I made a little page.
Oh, love that.
And the butterfly.
Yeah. Are you making butterfly noises, Janet?
Uh-huh. I guess that's what butterflies sound like. But each one, I just glued those on.
Like a garden. Oh, that's great.
And then, like here's a piece of material on a card to make a little tab. And here I wrote a poem by whiting out part of the words on the page and then circled the ones to make the poem.
Yeah, I think that's called a I've got a book full of them.
Oh, yeah. It says, surprise, lazy morning, warm breeze, remembering. So I just picked some words. And this is just an old book with photos, and then I glued, word across there. Here's my early warning sign.
Uh-oh, red flags, red flags.
Red flags. And then in the side are my red flags and my action plan. And that's just a big envelope. I don't know why it's not going in. And so that's just an envelope. And then it was the center. So I stitched it with the envelope open and then glued it shut. So that was the edge of the envelope to glue it shut. And then cut the end open to make the pocket. And then here's a clear piece that I glued on, and then inside is a bookmark that I stitched on and made a pocket in it. Yeah, these are my kids, long time ago.
Yeah, now I got the idea of making photographs.
Yeah.
Things.
And here's just a bookmark that I stitched. And again, just a clear bag I glued on as the pocket and then put stuff in it.
Oh, I like the idea of the clear bag.
Yeah, because you get those with so much stuff that you buy. And here's a mandala that I had made that's real big, so I took a picture of it.
That's pretty.
Yeah. And then it's a pocket. And that's a phone book page. And these are
all your supporters and their numbers?
this one wasn't. This one was just a quote.
Oh, you mean behind it is a phone book page?
Oh, it's just a regular phone book page. And this it looks like a little file folder, and it has a bunch of little quotes in it, like pick your battles.
If it's hysterical, it's historical.
Yeah. So this was a piece of art that I took a picture of. So any art that you have, like your inchies or any art, or, you know, you could take a picture of it and then use that as a pocket.
Oh,
And this was a card that someone had made and sent me, so I made it into a pocket. So I glued it so that there's stuff that can go in the side and then the top too. And then here's a map. It has the card. Here's a tea bag. And then I put stuff in the tea bag. And then just glued some ribbon on the top.
People do things that what?
That annoy us, not to annoy us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Ah.
Yeah. And then deep breathe. And then don't borrow trouble.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Love is friendship on fire.
Yeah.
And I like the back because the front's one color and the back the different color. So I just use washi tape to tape it on there.
Yeah.
And then here's some paper, handmade paper with a piece of material to make a little tag to turn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then here's watercolor on an envelope, and then it folds down, and then there's a card inside.
Another secret pocket.
And then on here, then there's another little pocket. Anytime you glue anything down, if you just glue 3 sides of it, you can make it into a pocket and put another little card. So, and this was just a piece of art that I made that I took a picture of. And then this, I fussy cutted the butterfly and glued it on, and then glued another card behind it. And that's real flimsy paper, so it strengthened it. And then inside is the personal Bill of Rights.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And then here's a pocket. And here's a little fussy cut pocket. And then I made a leaf and stuck it in there. And a Monopoly card made into a little pocket.
I want a Monopoly game torn apart.
Yeah. And then this was something that I bought, and then I just stitched up the sides and made it into a pocket.
Pocket in a pocket.
Yeah. And so this is the little permission card.
Mhm. I wish Mary Ellen could see this.
Yeah, yeah, just turn around.
And then here's just a photo from a magazine. And here's a pocket with a clear pocket that I stitched on the edge.
Can you see okay? Yeah.
And so you could like put your little inchie there. And then a card. And that was Braille paper. And then on this side's a little belly band. And then with the Braille or the bingo cards, I made into a little booklet.
Oh.
And then a belly band to hold that card.
Look at that, layers of pockets.
Yeah. And then I put quotes on each one.
Oh, I wish Mary Ellen could see this. She would go berserk.
And then here's a pocket and just little, like I went to a craft fair and these were all the cards of the people that I liked their art. So I just collected those together.
That's great, because I keep all that stuff and I don't know where to put it.
Yeah. Junk Journal can hold all that stuff that we've been collecting. Yeah. And here I just stamped on here and used marker just to make a little decoration. And then I used that stamp on the sides. And here's music that always makes me feel good. So I wrote down the names of the songs and I had the covers of some of the cassettes. And again, some more songs, because that's And this is a photo of a piece of art that I've done, a clock. There's the other side of the Puss in Boots paper. And then this is ways to express anger.
Ah,
And here's a decorated paper clip.
well, that's neat.
Yeah, so you can just fold the paper over and glue it and then decorate it with ribbon or whatever. And then that's a Monopoly money. And here I just had some pretty stationery that I liked. Try to get it in the center. And here's the film strip again. And then that paper clip, I have a little string and a tag. And here's some washi tape. And again, here's a photo of some art journal pages. And here's a ad from a old Work Basket. Do you remember Work Basket from years ago? My daughter found some at a thrift store and gave me a bunch. And here I fussy cut it around that. And here's the fabric. And here's some more vellum that I stitched and made into a pocket, and then a little journal space.
Where did you do that artwork there?
Yeah,
Right. I like that. Yeah. I love houses.
and then here's the, yeah, you can't go wrong with the house, you know, like I can't like draw a horse, but I can do a house, you know. And then here's a pocket. And then inside here's all my lists for my crisis plan.
Yeah.
And then again, you could put a little inchy there. And then here's just more of it, and a Monopoly card and a little tag on the paper clip. Here, this was a piece of art that I took a picture of, and another photo of some art. And then these were just from a calendar, and then I stitched some fabric on the top.
Oh, I've got those Mary Engelbreit calendars that I love. Ooh, I never knew what to do with them. Oh.
And here's some vellum made into a pocket. And then I did watercolor and then just wrote on that. And these are just some little thank you lists that I have on cards that I like. Here's one that I made. And then this is the post.
Tree. Could you explain that tree? Yeah.
Just made it.
Are there words on it or no?
Yeah, they're just branches. And then inside, this is the format. A guy, this is what he does for his gratitude list. So sometimes I use that. And then here's my post-crisis plan. And I have it, I use the tag from the envelope, the manila envelope. And I just put a hole in the card and then just pressed it in there. So see it's like that.
Yeah.
And then since it's a manila envelope, then it has that space. So then I made a little map.
That's neat.
And then on the back, I made a tuck spot with another journaling list. And so what I did was, since I needed to make, it's kind of fat, I cut the edge of the manila envelope, the top of it, the fold. I cut that off and then just made my material go a lot further so that it makes it so it'll go around thicker and cover it.
You trim the back of it so your fabric can fold nicer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can.
That's beautiful.
And then it just pulls. And then, like I said, I put the chopstick to make this hard edge. And then I put ribbon around the edge of the fabric.
What does your button say?
Got wrap.
Ah! Look at that.
At one of the conferences. And then I stitched the ribbon on the edge and at the seam, so then it's connected on there. So then I can tie it together, yeah. And then I put some little buttons as I was stitching it. And then some beads and little dangles. Yeah, and then pieces of material. Here's a little bead that I made. So it's pretty thick. So show me the rest of yours.
You know, you want to just push your chair up here?
No, I'm okay to stand again. My legs are kind of tired today for some reason. Can you see me okay, Janet?
Yes.
I haven't done much. What I'm trying to do is I'm thinking about diminishing my world of clutter into a 1 foot by 1 foot kind of artistic box that I brought with me. And what I want to do is think about journals to make them in subject matter. So
yeah.
If I go on the road, I tell all my friends I'm going to have a gypsy van. I'll start with you if I get down to Kentucky. But I want to just have one box that I can go to for memories, and whether it's like maybe a journal about my parents or a journal with my friends, or you know, just a journal to remind me of self-care, you know, all those kinds of things, so that as I'm going through all my clutter, which is what I'm doing now, throw things in each journal. So I have a lot of loose stuff here and there, you know.
Yeah.
This one, I've just started working on this. I got the pages in, and I don't have a subject matter, but you know, I'm just fussy cutting because I love that expression that you taught us a couple weeks ago. Just making a little window here with this chandelier looking in and a flower.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so that's my goal, and I haven't quite figured out how to organize my thoughts into where I'm filling it with something that I can, I mean, I want it to be things, you know, of course I'm going to keep and then let go of the rest of the clutter because my house is full.
Yeah, yeah. Like the premium stuff that you want to save.
And I have saved so many things, just like you've got in yours, you know, like little game pieces and this and that, and that are interesting. And just greeting cards that maybe I'll make a collage out of. But again, I want it to be that I can just fit it all into this. I'll have to show her my box. Yeah, this is a box. This is by a local artist.
Oh.
His name is Don Drum.
Oh.
He's carrying things, and he also does bags, you know, for us to carry our groceries home in. But these hard-sided bags are perfect.
That's neat.
I want to be able to have maybe, I don't know, 5 to 10 journals that I can just, that will travel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've got my box of memories. So that's kind of, I'm still trying to organize in my mind to get the stuff disseminated. Is that a word? Disseminated? It is a word. Yeah, but I haven't taken a lot of time like you have. That's great. I love seeing all your things.
Oh, good.
How many hours a day do you spend on?
That one I worked on a lot. Yeah, every day for a couple weeks. Yeah.
Oh, here's this book I have on hominids, like you did.
Oh.
Different kinds of artists doing it in all different kinds of ways, but the base is always a paper.
Oh, wow. And they did art on it. That's cool.
From the book.
Wow. Oops. Look at my cat.
My hominid.
Oh, you framed it. Oh, wow. You did a good job. Wow.
From a page from Artist Way.
Oh, read it to me.
It says, to thrive as artists, be available to joy, gifts of life like my artist friend, souls practicing, returning, enlarging flow, what gives us true joy, question many very different. The answer is how easily pleased she is. Abundance, depending on the truth. Tell myself the right to play.
Nice. That's great. And you framed it.
Yeah, we added it as Zen because you probably can't see, but it's got Zentangle behind it.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, repeated patterns. That's cool. And the colors are great.
It's fun, and I tried all different methods, and what worked the best? Crayons.
Oh.
I wanted it to be clear that this was a piece of a page of a book.
Yeah.
So that was fun, but
you could take a picture of that and put it in your junk journal too.
And you know what else? I have a Polaroid camera that it really doesn't work too well on like anything but faces. So I'm gonna take a Polaroid picture of my friends and stick them in my
journal. Oh yeah, that's neat.
Yeah. You have opened so many doors for us, Janet. It's so exciting, and I'm so glad that you took us all the way through that your rap book, because it makes me excited about rap.
Good.
It's sort of like how I operate it, but I think it's having it tangibly, because if you're upset, it doesn't matter how much you know in your brain.
Yeah.
It's written out like that.
Yeah.
Do you use a typewriter?
Yeah, just my computer. Yeah. But you can use different fonts, so that's nice. My cat's irritating here. Wants to eat. Just looking at the squirrels out the window.
What's the cat's name?
Gia.
Jam?
Gia, G-I-A.
G-I-A.
Yeah. I had a friend in grade school, and her name was Gia, and I always remembered that.
Where's Chewbacca?
Chewbacca, he's doing good. He's out on a walk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. Well, anything else?
Yeah.
All over the house.
Yeah, just keep working on your journals and make them as creative as you want. And I like the idea of the box, holding all of them. And
how many of you made, Janet?
I don't know, several. Yeah, I haven't really counted them.
There was something in the team.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't made a whole another one. I've been filling in one. This is one I made with watercolor. And so I've been filling it up. It's kind of a bigger one. But my kids came and I've been doing different things, so I haven't been working on it as much. Yeah. Here's some Mary Engelbreit dolls.
I like that. That's
yeah.
Pocket out of a paper bag. Where did you get Mary Engelbreit paper?
They used to come in the magazine. You know, she used to have a magazine, and this was at a restaurant. They were passing these out, and they were like little quotes, and they have the measurements on them, and it's like on paper bag material. Oops. And then this is just a page out of a magazine. This is the Braille paper painted.
Oh, would you put that back? Oh, that's the Braille paper painted.
Yeah. So all of this is made out of Braille paper, this book.
Oh, look. Is there a way you can go online and order Braille paper?
I can send you some.
Okay.
Yeah. And like, here's a little pocket I made today out of a couple candy wrappers.
Yeah.
And here's some little,
Get 'em flat.
they're on Yupo. Oh, I'm not in the camera.
You're in the, I can see you.
There. So these are like little leaves.
Yeah.
And so I stuck them in the little pocket. And I made another butterfly.
How did you get your candy wrappers flat?
I don't know, just flattened them. And this,
Yeah. How,
just press them down. You could put them under a heavy book. This paper was the kind of paper where you, it's for kids and you have a special marker, and as you draw on it, there's color underneath that comes through, but it just looks black. But as you draw on it, it reveals.
wow.
Have you ever seen that?
I just seen like when you do many colors and then you put black on it and you scratch it.
Same idea, but this is something you could buy from Crayola. And so they had the colors underneath, and then they put some kind of black ink, and then if you use their special marker, it removes the black part, and then there's,
You get that at a regular store?
yeah, like Walmart, yeah. And like, here's a little tag. I like the little, put them. So all the Braille papers painted with watercolor. And then this is page out of a magazine that I watercolored on. Like, here's just a little tag.
Dennis wants to know if you can read Braille.
No, my friend does. So, and have you gotten these little cards before of like things to do? They come in a little card deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have them like at the bookstore.
Oh,
And here's a little, and this was just some trash some paper that came in something, so I stitched it together to make a pocket and then put the cards in it. And here I went to Hot Springs, so here's the brochure from Hot Springs, so I remember that trip. Because what do you do with all that stuff,
exactly.
And this was a paper, just a travel brochure from seeing something.
Hey, Janet, look.
Yeah, are those SARC cards?
So, what's the name of the artist?
Uh-huh. Yeah, so if there's a special one, you can put a little tag on the top or, ribbon and stuff, and then put that. And this has some stamping along the bottom. Here's a magazine that I made into a pocket. And then I just put some black gesso on a card and then wrote on the gesso.
White?
It says, I can quiet my mind when I need to listen to my body.
Yeah.
And then the other one's the quote, hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all.
Is that white ink on top of the black gesso?
Yeah, I'll show you these work pretty good.
Yeah.
The jelly roll. Whoa, my cat's getting into my papers. And again, just like here's some art that I just doodled on a card. Happy spouse, happy house. And someone sent me some mail and they made this really neat art on it. And so I saved that. And then this was from a Sabrina Ward Harrison book. And I just like her pages. What are you laughing at?
Fairy postcards.
Whoa, my cat's getting into something. Hang on. Hey, you. And then behind that envelope is another little pocket with some little round. Haven't done anything on them yet. And then here was a Mary Englebright calendar, and I made it into pockets and then put little pages in each of the pockets. So this I made several layers of pocket to put all the different pictures in. And then I just made it look like stitching on the edges. Here's my puppy.
Oh, look.
And then this is a Mary Englebright calendar too, pocket. And this was a card from someone, and I put some, and this was a water cup from Hot Springs so you could taste the water. And so I just put it in there as a little pocket. And then our tickets.
Is that Mary Englebright on the left?
Yes.
Is that a page a day?
Oh, it's a little design right there is Mary Englebright, and then this is a Chinese calendar or something. Oh, like a Chinese Bible page, actually. And then, so I had the Chinese page and then the book, and made it into a pocket. And then this was from a book. And here's a recipe that I redid because it's getting old, so I just put the old one in the book.
Yeah.
Here's a ticket for movies.
Recipe cards.
And then here's some Mary Englebright cards. So tickets and that kind of stuff. Here's my family. They came for a visit. And then this folds the other way, and then there's stuff in there. And this was from the zoo, the map for the zoo. So I put that in there. And here I stitched on a map. And this was a cool Christmas card that I got. And then some journal space behind with the paper clip. And I just made a pocket with a magazine page. Here I fussy cut it and made that into a pocket.
Remember laminate stuff?
I don't usually, yeah. You could though. And then this was a card, and then behind it I put some other cards. Yeah, you could laminate, that would work. Here's a picture out of a magazine, and then just some different tickets. And I was thinking with your Polaroid, you could take like 3 pictures of your friends and then put them one atop the other and make it look like an old-fashioned films, you know, the strip with your Polaroids. Here I use the tickets to make belly bands for the Hermitage. It's a museum in Nashville. And then this is the brochure for it. And then I just can put that right in there.
See how she's done this? Can you keep that page open?
Yeah. So I did 2 belly bands there because it was kind of a heavy brochure. And then these were some pages out of a magazine that I had saved forever. I didn't know what to do with them, but I really liked them.
Janice has a question.
What? Yeah.
decide, oh, I want the map that goes to that zoo or whatever, how will you know where to find it? In which journal?
Oh, I- you know, when I look through them, I'm like, oh, I didn't even know I saved that. I'm glad I did. So sometimes I try to go back and find things and I just kind of remember like when I'd made it, or maybe the theme, like you're making themes, that would be good. You might have a whole just travel book theme. That would be good.
See, that's because I want to be able to read some of the things.
Yeah.
And I just wondered how you track when you have that map of the whatever it was, the zoo or.
Yeah. This I might remember because it was that time period. I know that we went on this trip and this trip in 2019. And so I might like go to that journal, just kind of dig through them.
Yeah, that was another thing I was going to ask you if you date them.
Yeah. I don't, but I know people do. You know, I can kind of tell, like sometimes now I kind of wish that I would date things more, and I'm trying to do that. But yeah, some people are really big on dating everything, then you really know what when it happened and stuff. And that's handy.
Oh, I love this. You have the
Yeah.
magazine or book.
Yeah, they were from a magazine. And actually, this is an article about this artist who drew pictures of people in the mental asylums a long time ago. And they felt like they could tell by just looking at people what their diagnosis was. So then he would draw them. At first, he photographed them and kind of was trying to document, look, I can just take a picture of someone and tell you what their mental diagnosis is. But it turned out it didn't really continue. The study didn't continue. And then someone took those photographs and drew pictures of them. And so that's what the article was about. So, yeah. And that's a dictionary page. And then this is, my son likes Spider-Man, and it has like, kind of looks 3D. So just any like postcards and things like that you collect at art shows, you could stick in there. Like this is a bed and breakfast my friend runs here in town, so she gave me her card. And here I made a pocket. And like sometimes people have tarot cards and you can put those in. And here's like an envelope that folds out into a letter. Yeah. And another, this is a house in town here, and they have a chocolate affair. I'm going to it today. And so they have people donate different chocolate dishes, and it's a fundraiser for the library. And so you can tour the house, and they have champagne and music and stuff.
Chocolate dish? Are you making a chocolate dish?
No, I'm not. I'm just going to go and eat. And here I made a 3-sided tuck, again with that Sabrina. I like her kind of art. So you can just get other people's art books and cut them up. And here was a card that I liked. And I used the film strip and stitched it in the bottom to make a little pocket. And then my family.
Yeah.
And here's a little tuck spot on the side. And here I made a little envelope and put cards in it. So I'm not sure how I'm going to fasten this one. Probably just a ribbon. I like doing that. So that's the one I'm working.
What did you start with? Was that a manila envelope too?
No, this was just paper. I forget what you call it. Like just a big sheet of kind of heavy cardstock paper. And then I painted on it, and then I put white gesso in between to make circles, and then I just drew circles around the painted parts.
So you painted first and then drew the circles?
I painted it, and then I put the white on, forming circles. So the color comes through the circles, and then the white is painted over it. And then I put little pin marks over on the white to highlight each circle.
Wow. Wow.
So here you can see it. I didn't put any pin marks on these, so this was just how it looked when I put the white gesso on top of the paper.
Great. Wonderful. Good. Anybody else? You know what I'm going to do, Janet?
What?
Sign off. I'm going into one of my extra rooms. I'm taking down the Monopoly game, and I am taking it. I'm going to own land. I'm going to have do not pass go, do not collect $200.
Yeah, then you can live on Park Place.
Tom Floyd will not play Monopoly with me.
Yeah.
Grandkids have the Monopoly game, so you caused some Monopoly excitement here. And I'm going to share it with my friends.
Sometimes people use the Scrabble, like I have the Scrabble squares. I put magnets on them and put them on my refrigerator, but sometimes people glue them like on the front of their journals. It's bulky, but have you seen these little tiny books?
Ah! Ah!
And so this has a little, there's little books inside that side, this side, and this side.
Yeah, Janice wants to know if there are any pockets. Yes, there's a pocket.
There are lots of pockets. And there's pockets inside pockets. Yeah, even in the little books, there's pockets. Here's a little.
Oh.
And inside there, there's a little book. And then this one has.
Oh, they're so cute. They're so, look. Ah!
And then this has little books inside it.
Did you design that yourself?
No, I bought this. You can buy this as a kit online on Etsy. I could give you the link to it. And so it comes out on a sheet and you just print it. And then you cut out each of the strips and it tells you where to fold and, you know, where to put them and stuff. I think it's like, maybe like $5 or something. It's not very much. And then you can make as many as you want.
You guys know what I want.
And look, and then this little comes out. It's like the butter. It sounds like a butterfly.
Never gonna see a butterfly again, Jan.
And then I think there's even something behind there. It's, yeah. But they have, you know, different themes of those kind of things too. But, oh, there's even more in this one. But those are fun too.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. I want to leave everything out for the next week and just play and play and play.
Yeah.
So,
So keep saving stuff and putting them in your books.
Yeah, look what I just found on my wall.
Oh, wow. Perfect.
Let me show you my wall, Janet. My wall.
Oh, neat. Very inspiring.
Put them in my book.
That's cool.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Have fun. Keep creating. See you later.
The butterflies come out and go, Hey, honey. Thank you.
All right. Bye.